I bet I'll lose weight because I'm scared to death, and I'll probably have explosive diarrhea every day. And then I thought, all those little people in Hollywood are so tiny. Everybody's frail and little bitty. The men have got big heads and little legs. I don't know if y'all have all noticed that. Think of Tom Cruise. Big head, little legs. And I thought, well, I bet they don't feed those little Hollywood people when they're doing a movie. That'll be good for me. I can go without food for 2 months. Well, no, that's not what happens. There's a thing called Crafty. And these darling people cook all day long on a movie set. And because it's in a union, they have to feed you a hot meal every 2.5 to 3 hours. And it was called The Catch. And my little children thought it was a Mexican restaurant. And then I've seen movies, you know. I've seen movies with strippers and professional athletes and lights and poles and all that kind of stuff. This is not that. This is more like Ripley's Believe It or Not. But I didn't know that, and they kept begging me to go, and I was so freaked out. I asked my middle child, Maggie, I said, do you think if I go to this thing, I'm going to feel the presence of Satan? And she said, yeah, girl, I do. And I said to my baby child, who's fascinated by sin, I said, do you think I'll feel Satan? She went, no, I don't think so. They both know I'm very sensitive. I have felt the presence of Satan on Bourbon Street. In New Orleans, I think he lives there full time. And in Las Vegas twice. So, they kept begging me to go, And so we go down these dark steps, down in this hole. And there's these big men standing at the bottom, and they go, cash only. If you take your phone out and use it, we'll beat you to death with it. Well, they didn't say that, but it felt like that. And the hair and makeup people, they said, oh, Leanne, you'll get new material out of it. Anytime anybody says that to me, I know something traumatic's about to happen. Okay, we go into this basement of this hotel, and it's a basement. And there are no lights, no poles, nothing like that. There's a tiny little stage with the bar is built around it. And it's got a low ceiling. So all these women that dance there that are over 5 feet tall have to dance like this. We go in there. And this is the impersonation, the hair and makeup. My team said, where do you want to work out this new material? Let's send you to Southern California, sunny Southern California, and you get away from that Tennessee winter. And I was like, okay. This was January 2023, and I know y'all don't remember because sweet California people have been through so much with weather and all that kind of stuff, but this was a unbelievable rain, like an unusual rain that they had not had in decades, and they called it biblical. And so my travel agent called me the day that we were flying out, and she said, a biblical storm is hitting Southern California. You're not going to make it. And she sent me an article that had the word ark in it. And I was like... But me and my baby child went out there, and we landed, and everything was all right. It really wasn't that much rain. They're just not used to it out there. I don't know if they don't have drainage systems or what's going on, but anyway, everybody was running through the streets with their bra on the outside of their clothes. But we made it okay, and this baby went with me. She's backstage. She's my makeup artist full time. Thank you. But anyway, thank the Lord she went with me because I can't be driving and all that out there in Southern California. And I don't think 59 is old, but I do think my nerves are shot. So we go and we get a rental car and we go to 8 hotels in 4 weeks. And by the end of that month, she said she was going to slap my teeth out. She's not listening because she's sick of me, I think. But I'm scared of her. But anyway, she said that I got on the passenger side of that rental car and held on to that handle the whole time and put my brakes on the passenger side. No. I know. What is Delta 8? I still don't know what it is, but I do feel like if dope's right here, it must be right up under dope. And they may be sprinkled with LSD, maybe. She said, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to take one a night, and you got to be consistent over time with it. And I was like, okay. It scared me to death. And I got it in the car, and I thought, I better not drive fast. And I got it home, and Chuck Morgan was there. And I didn't tell him what I had done. And I went, hey. I got it and took it back and put it in my closet. And I waited until nightfall. And I was scared to death. I took a nibble off of one. Just a nibble. I didn't even take a whole one, just a nibble. And I don't know if this was in my head, but 20 minutes later, my heart was beating out of my body. And I thought, oh my Lord, I'm in AFib. I'm in AFib. And I need to go to the emergency room right now. But I thought, I didn't tell Chuck Morgan what I'd done. And he's not going to know what to tell the doctor. Everything went through my head. Then I started thinking, the police are coming. The police are coming. I sat up until 2 a.m. monitoring my own heart rate. I eventually fell off to sleep, but it wasn't a good sleep. I wallered in the bed. And for all the people in the United States, wallering means I wallered in the bed. And I just wallered. I wallered all night in the bed and dreamed horrible things. I dreamed that me and John Wayne fought Ricardo Montalban on horseback all night. I've never taken another one of those gummies, but I didn't throw them away. They're in my closet. I don't make eye contact with them. I just walk by them. The second weekend we were in California, we went to Brea, which is beautiful too. And beautiful, sweet, precious people there too. And that was going to be the weekend that my baby child turned 25. And her daddy called me and said, I want to be with y'all. I'm going to buy a plane ticket and I'm coming out there. It's a bad place, okay? I was in a bad place and I think I'd gone up a size in my pants. And she asked me about J-Lo. She goes, is she going to heaven? And I said, I don't know. I don't know. I think she needs to mature spiritually. And she's going through a lot of men right now. I said it. I remember saying it, and it was wrong. And I'm sorry. And I should have never said it. One reason I shouldn't have said it, I went through as many men as J-Lo ever thought about going through, honey. It's terrible. Terrible. The only difference was mine were not successful people. So real quick, let's just recap some of J-Lo's men. We don't have time for all of them, but remember that little first one, the backup dancer? Remember him? Chris? I think his name is Chris. What happened to him? Has anybody checked on him? And then she was with Ben Affleck the first time, and they could have eaten each other's lips off. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was too volatile. And then he married little Jennifer Garner. I know, and I've never met her, but she looks like she'd be precious. And she looks like she shops at the Loft, like everybody else. And then J-Lo married that little bug-eyed Mark Anthony. Big head, little legs. Yeah. Yeah. He's the size of my cough drop.